Now, I can't read it. There's no words on it. There's no words there to play us out. I can't do it. We'll do it live. Okay. Do it live!
The number you have reached, 911, has been changed to a non-published number.
In a world where cat videos and memes rule the feeds, one media company will rise above the noise.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
In 1934, Bickford Ford opened their doors in Snohomish, Washington, and they've been an active part of the community ever since. So when you're looking for a new Ford truck, SUV, or hybrid, or if you want to take advantage of your current car's value, start at the place you can trust, the one that's been around for 89 years and is Western Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Family-owned Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or online at bickford.net.
And good evening and welcome to game number 2 of a doubleheader tonight between the Glacier Peak Grizzlies and the Snohomish Panthers. Boys and girls playing in the same gym on the same night. 2 teams from the same city, same school district, but not the same league. It's Wesco 3A versus Wesco 4A. Nothing but pride on the line. You wouldn't know that from talking to all these players and coaches, though. They do not want to lose this game each and every year. This is a big one tonight. In fact, Todd Elvick mentioned it during the girls' broadcast just a few minutes ago. Remembers on senior night this year at Snohomish, a lot of the seniors mentioned the highlight of their career was beating Glacier Peak last year. That's how much it means to them. And the starting lineups are taking place right now. We'll get you those here in just a quick moment. And we should remind everybody, Snohomish girls winning the first game earlier tonight, 56-34. Boys getting ready to play right now, as not a lot of time in between flipping the games over, so we're kind of scrambling here at the last moment as the teams are being announced. Let's go ahead and give you the starting lineups right now as they're being announced by our public address announcer right now. That's, by the way, Trevor Butler, who is a senior here at Glacier Peak High School. Doing a phenomenal job on the mic thus far tonight. We're going to quiet ourselves down for the Pledge of Allegiance here real quick.
In 1934, Bickford Ford opened their doors in Snohomish, Washington, and they've been an active part of the community ever since. So when you're looking for a new Ford truck, SUV, or hybrid, or if you want to take advantage of your current car's value, start at the place you can trust, the one that's been around for 89 years and is Western Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Family-owned Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or online at bickford.net.
And we are just about ready to go here at Glacier Peak High School. Let's give you the starting lineups as announced by the head coaches. For Jeff Larson's squad, Snohomish, number 3, Drew Hansen is a 6'1" senior. Number 5, there we go, Isaac English is a 5'10" senior guard. Hudson Capali, who we just watched his sister, Sienna, get the player of the game during the girls' game. He is a 6'4" senior, and he's out there starting for the Panthers tonight. Jason Roth is a 6' senior guard. He's wearing the number 30. And number 31, Big Drew Davis, 6'4" post player. He is a senior. For Glacier Peak, number 1, Adam Loam, 6'5", senior, wearing the number 1 on his jersey. Wearing the number 2, that's Joe Lee. All he did was set the school record with a 49-point game earlier this season. He's a 6'2" junior, also a 3-year starter. Isaiah Cuellar Bell is wearing the number 3. He's a 6' senior. Number 11 is Reed Nagel. He's a 5'11" sophomore. And Jace Nelson rounds out the lineup for Glacier Peak. He's wearing the number 21, a 6'3" junior. Glacier Peak with the white jerseys and the ball. And Joe Lee not wasting any time. He gets things going early. Mentioned he had a 49-point game this season already. He's got 3 tonight. And joining us right now, finally getting a chance to bring him up here, the athletic director for Snohomish High School. Also played a little ball back in his day, and he was a pretty darn good coach over at Stanwood High School. Zach Ward on the mic. Zach, how are you tonight?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
What a night this is, and there's a shot that's going to go up and over the top of the backboard. However, on the play, Drew Davis does draw a little contact there. He'll go to the free throw line for some foul shots. Zach, first of all, I guess I should ask you right away. Athletic director, former coach, first year as an AD.
Yeah.
How's it been for you, especially during basketball season, walking in here and seeing basketball games and knowing you're not walking around with a whistle or a clipboard in your hand?
You know, it's been great. I had a couple years at Stanwood where I wasn't the coach, so I had some practice at being in the gym, not being the coach. It's been great. We have a really good staff at Snohomish. Both our boys and girls club have great people leading it, great assistant coaches, and so it's been awesome just to watch them develop these teams early on in the year.
Drew Davis, by the way, making both of those free throw attempts. Glacier Peak coming down here right now, and I'm sure you've already learned that as Joe Lee with another I was going to say you've also learned that Joe Lee's a pretty darn good. Speak to him before I ask you.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I don't have to worry about stopping him tonight, me personally, right? I mean, that was obviously something that Jeff was concerned about going into tonight, and Joe's just one of those special players that you come across. Sometimes they're on your team, but it seems like a lot of times they're on that other team, and you're prepping to stop them, and that's not an easy challenge at all.
Pelly threw up an air ball there a moment ago, but his teammates did get the ball back for him. Nice kick down low. Ball's dribbled around right underneath the basket. Up with the shot, count it, and the foul.
I can tell you, speaking for our guys have started to play really hard. I noticed it was the second half of the Shorewood game a couple weeks ago, and they've played much, much differently since then. Couple tough breaks, a tough one at Getchell the other night, but they haven't given up, and they understood what it takes now. This kid at the line right now has been special.
Yep. Speaking of Joe Lee having 5 points, Drew Davis has 5 of his own right now.
He's been really good, but I think for us, to be good, it's a group effort. It's not just 1 or 2 guys, and not to say that Glacier's not that way, but I know for our guys, we're senior heavy. They've played together a lot of years, and this means a lot to them, so I'm excited to watch them compete in this environment. How about this environment?
It's a great environment. I was going to ask you about that, too. Your first year as the AD here at Snohomish, your first chance of really getting to experience Snohomish Glacier Peak.
Yeah.
As that pass goes out of bounds, Snohomish basketball. What's it been like for you tonight, just to look around and seeing so many members of the community from both sides of the equation?
Yeah, really cool. Again, I don't have to be on that opposite bench. I get to be on one bench. I get to root on my guys, but not worry about stopping Glacier Peak tonight. It's similar to some of the rivalries we had when I was coaching.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing I thought about when I walked in tonight was this kind of reminds me of Stanwood Arlington.
I was thinking the same thing, yeah.
But how cool is it that, that's obviously 2 different communities. This is one. But for this many people to be in here over winter break, right? There wasn't school today.
Mm-hmm.
There it's winter break. They're coming in the gym, and they're watching girls and boys and all different levels. I mean, this is awesome, and I hope the kids appreciate it because it's not like this everywhere.
No, and we were talking about it earlier today, and we'll certainly talk about it with the girls' coaches a little more coming up later on tonight. But I know in co-hosting the Prep Sports Weekly show, we've certainly had our opportunities to talk to Ken Roberts and Brian Hill over the years.
Yeah.
3 ball up. Davis looking for his 8th point of the night. It's going to be stuck on 5 for now as the rebound comes down to Glacier Peak. Joe Lee with the basketball. Pulls up for a minute. Fires up a shot in the corner. Oh, he's smooth. Off balance in the corner. How are you going to guard that?
There's nothing you can do. Beat him to the spot, made him pick up his dribble, turnaround jumper from 15. That's
pretty nice.
That's pretty nice.
Well, we were talking earlier with the mentioning it earlier that we've talked to Brian and Ken over the years. I know they've even gone on road trips together where they've loaded the girls for both teams up in a bus, maybe going over to like Spokane and played in a tournament. Nice block there. That was Joe Lee. He plays a little defense too. Here he comes on the other end of the floor, kicks it out to his teammate. 3-ball up in the corner, off. Nice setup there as Jace Nelson had an open look there. Joe Lee almost picked up an assist. And the fact that these girls teams and the coaches get along so well, and now you've got a boys situation where your two head coaches for Glacier Peak and they both refer to each other as their best friends.
Right. Yeah. And you know, I think that is something. On one hand, it's really special. I think the other hand, it's really tough on those two tonight.
Mm-hmm. They both mentioned they don't like playing this game. Tough fall there, and that's Drew Hansen. That's down. He's still rolling around right now as we.
Oh, he got hit hard.
Go to check on him there. And unfortunately, we see Drew sitting up already, but keep an eye on him for a moment.
But I can tell you, you know, speaking to those, it's sometimes when you're that opposing coach and the other guy on the other sideline is one of your best friends, it's not fun.
Yeah. Well, and they both mentioned that. They said a lot of times you find people who enjoy that kind of a situation. And first we had, you know, Brian mentioned it right out of the chute. He doesn't want to play against Jeff. He never does.
Yeah, I can remember the few times that I matched up against Brian.
Who you go way back with.
You go, in the moment, you don't really think about it, but leading up to it and then after the game, because you know that, you know, if you're fortunate enough to win, you know how much it's hurting your buddy. You know, he's having a tough night. And so I guess when you win, you get over it a little quicker.
No, definitely. We should mention the officials for tonight. We've got Evan Cherlin, Aaron Keller, and Jeff McClellan. 3 guys you've probably worked with a few times.
Yeah, it was good to see those guys tonight. I had a chance to talk to him a little bit. Aaron Keller, I hadn't seen him in a while. So I chatted with him a little bit before the game. That was nice to run into him. You
strike me as being the kind of guy that you probably had a pretty good officiating relationship, did you not?
It probably depends who you're asking.
How about if I ask these 3 out here?
I think they would all say I was fine. I'm sure we all have our nights where I'm not great. You know, I had my nights, but, you know, I
Reed Nagel with a bucket, by the way.
They have a tough job. And my dad was a basketball official for over 20 years. So I didn't get a lot of sympathy at home if I ever complained about a ref. I think, you know, what I do, what I am thankful for is that the majority of, you know, in the game, you're fighting for your team. They're doing their best job, and they respect, you know, that sometimes if I'm loud, they know that I'm not picking on them. That was a big thing, not to just make it personal. And it is nice when you see them off the floor to be able to talk to them too.
Yeah,
because they are just humans, and they're doing this because they want to, you know, and we have to remember that. And so I was thankful that through my coaching career that you could have conversations with them off the floor, and you know, it's just different when you're on the floor, but you can both walk away, and they probably thought the same thing about me some nights. It's all good. That's fine.
Now it's all good. You guys get to talk to each other in different capacities.
Yeah.
By the way, that was Jason Roth that picked up the foul there as Drew Davis had a nice look, just couldn't quite get it to drop down. Just rolled off the front of the iron there. 9-5 score. Glacier Peak ahead right now. Nagel pull up, 16-footer off the front iron. Nice job by Cuellar Bell to come in there and get a rebound. He goes right back to the bucket, misses it, but he's going to draw contact. He'll go to the line for 2. Talk a little bit about Jeff Larson.
Just a stand-up guy, you know, a Snohomish graduate who got out of, you know, he's principal of Glacier Peak. Got out of that, wanted to come back, wanted to be in the classroom. He's a PE teacher, wanted to coach at the school that he played at. You know, and he wants to be part of turning this program around. And, I mean, just taking that move from being the principal at one school in the same city to going to the other school and coaching, I mean, that takes a lot. I bet there was a lot of nights where he was thinking about that. Does it for the right reasons. I've had a chance to watch a lot of practices. I love how his practices are organized. He's teaching them the right things, and we're going to get this thing going again.
Well, and he was talking to us during the girls' game. We had him up here for a few minutes. As Roth down low, triple team, goes up with a second attempt. Ball bounces around. Coming away with it's Glacier Peak. That's Zach Albright that has the basketball in hand. Kicks it over to Joe Lee, and here we go one more time. Lee, 14-footer from right in front of the free throw line. Good. Joe Lee is special. 9 points already here in the first quarter. 12-5 score. And he mentioned to us the other day, we were talking to Jeff during the last game, as Roth misses a 3-ball there. Nice job on the rebound. Isaac English over to Capelli. Swings the ball over there. That's Chase Clark. Ball gets stolen by Cuellar Bell. Larson was mentioning that at halftime in the Juanita game, he knew that you were an extra pair of eyes and asked you for some input. And nice job by Davis.
Nice job.
Draws
Drew.
the charge. Cuellar Bell's going to get called for the offensive foul. He mentioned that he had a chance he needed some extra pair of eyes, and he asked you for some advice at halftime. Kind of nice that your head coach will turn to you for some advice, and egos are aside. Everybody's helping one another, right?
Yeah, I mean, there was we had just crossed paths. He came over, and we were talking a little bit about it at a halftime and just kind of talking about what I saw. And you know, I'm happy to share. I'm not going to go in the locker room and say, oh, this is what we're doing now. But for him to seek me out, I appreciate that. And, you know, we're in a spot where my office is located, and he's teaching PE. We see each other every period. Mm-hmm. So we're talking basketball a lot.
I can imagine.
A lot throughout the day. And so that's something that I really enjoy. I get my basketball fix that I still need, and hopefully I can offer him some advice. You know, and I've told him from the first day, if you ask me, I'm going to tell you. It doesn't mean I think you should necessarily do it. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm just giving you my opinion, and you do your thing.
And he takes what he wants and leaves the rest, and everybody's happy. What's it been like to take over from a legendary guy like Mark Perry?
Tough. Really tough.
Answer you like?
Yeah.
I mean, has he been around to help you out a little bit?
He has been. He's actually an assistant wrestling coach for us now.
Oh, he is?
He is.
I had a feeling we weren't going to keep him away for very long.
He's still around. But, you know, he told me, too, he's just a phone call away. Call me with any questions you have. I've taken him up on that a few times. But he's been a great help. I was able to meet with him a few times before the year started. So he's been super. But it's tough. It's tough coming in and trying to fill the shoes of someone that's been in that community forever, not just in that role, but in that community forever as a leader, you know, a coach and then athletic director. So, but I think it's been good. It's been going good so far.
By the way, while we were just talking, Joe Lee just scored.
I know.
Right? Drew contact. Here comes the free throw.
In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I don't know what I would do. If I'm sitting down there, I don't know.
He's doing that shot while he was falling backwards.
I know.
Onto the floor.
I think he can go outside the gym and throw it over the building right now and make it the way he's shooting. Right? He's got 12 out of their 15 points so far. And he's kind of on fire right now.
Yeah.
Down low, Davis gets across. They're going to call an offensive foul.
Illegal screen, I think, is what he called.
So now you and Rory Rosenbach, do you guys get a chance to bounce things off each other quite a bit? The athletic director here.
Yeah. We probably talk twice a day, 3 times a day. You know, a lot of the decisions we make during the day are kind of district level stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, what are you doing? What are we going to do on this topic? Or what have you done? Yeah, especially early on, especially in fall. It's quieted down a little bit in the winter, but yeah, and I think it's cool. Both of us coming in at the same time too. Mm-hmm. You know, he had to fill in for Kevin Judkins, which is no easy task either.
No, Kevin's all the way in his own right. Isaiah Cuellar Bell there with a 3. He's got 4 points in the opening quarter, 18-5 score. Shooter shooting. That's what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
Roth into the lane. Nicely done. Talk a little bit about some of these players. Said you've had a chance to watch Jason and Drew a little bit.
Yeah, senior heavy. You know, Jason's finally got it going a little bit. He had a tough start shooting-wise, but he's gotten it going a little bit. And Drew Davis has been fantastic. Double-double machine. I'm looking out here, and I see Isaac, and I see Capelli on the wing. Just seniors who had an okay year last year. Mm-hmm. I don't think the season started how they wanted to, but like I said, we reached a spot, and it could have gone 2 ways, and they've been so receptive. And like I said, they just started playing harder and together. And that's what I've seen the differences the last 3.5 games, really.
Yeah.
Fun to watch them practice, fun to watch them play hard, and I mean, you're not going to win every night, but they're just playing at a different style now that is better. And I think January is going to be a much better month than what we've had so far.
And we've got a couple more players coming in. Jalen Donaldson just checked into the game, as did Andrew Gibson. Nice to see a little rotation going here early. Gibson with the ball right now. Takes it out to Donaldson. They're working it together. There's Davis one more time. Tries to go underneath. Can't get it to go there. Nice defense by Albright. Here comes Glacier Peak one more time. Joe Lee kicks it over to Cuellar Bell. Makes the drive in. Kicks it down low to Albright. I don't know that I agree with that call, but he's going to go to the free throw line either way.
I like the fact that Drew Davis, he seems to be like a really big presence in the paint.
He is.
He's a big guy.
He is, and he plays both ends, too. That's something that I've had a chance to talk to him about. Is I just appreciate how he is on offense and defense. You know, sometimes we see guys that maybe just focus on one end, but he's a guy the other night had 18 points and 14 rebounds. And those don't all come on the offensive end.
No, they do not. Hey, a guy that just sat down in front of you here, Ken Roberts, longtime coach for Snohomish girls.
Makes you look like a good AD, doesn't he? Just got his 400th win a week ago.
You know what? Somebody mentioned that to me, and I forgot to bring it up.
He doesn't like to talk about it, so make sure you bring it up when he comes on here.
Just give you a big wave of the hand. So, how many did you get at Stanwood? And you
I don't know. I don't know.
You really don't know?
I really don't know.
You had a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I say that honestly. I really don't.
400's a lot, though.
I don't have that. Okay? I know that I do not have that. He's the 16th coach in the state of Washington to do that for girls basketball.
No kidding.
So that just tells you kind of where he ranks a little bit, and how special that number is. I mean, in a state where you only scheduled to play 20 games in a regular season.
Do you know what we're doing right now? Because I have not been told about this.
I know in the girls' game we did something for a food bank.
He mentioned 160 families, so this is very cool right now.
Yeah.
This is, again, goes back to the whole community thing.
Exactly. Yep.
What this is all about.
Yep.
So love the fact that one of the players is out there doing this. I believe that's Luke Posey, right? I'm trying to see the number there, but yep, 33 Luke Posey. So nicely done. I'm going to shut up and let him talk for a second.
No, we can't hear him.
Oh, they're doing some sort of a contest here as well, but it sounds like they are mentioning how many folks they've helped to feed over the holiday break.
Very
and
cool.
love
Very
the fact
cool.
that this, obviously, when you get the student body involved, but also
Looks like we've got cheerleaders going up in the stands with bowls.
oh, they're
Yeah, they
they're
did something like
taking
this in the
donations.
girls' game, so very cool.
Very
Yep.
nice. So,
Yep.
well, I should probably let you go. I've got Ken Roberts here. I think Brian Hill's over there.
I got to go back to work. He's done
over here
working.
too,
He's
so-
done working for the night. He already put his work in.
Hey, we just wanted to say thank you very much for your support. It means a lot to us.
Oh, you bet. I love having you. We got to get you in our gym more.
There you go. Zach Ward, and one more question.
Okay.
What's the holiday look like for the Ward family?
The Ward family, we're going to actually head over to Eastern Washington for a week. We're going to leave tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
And go spend a week over there and play in the snow and just kind of relax a little bit with my girls. So I'm really looking forward to
Good
it.
for you. Hey, always
Yeah.
good to see you, my
Thank
friend.
you.
So
Thank you for what you guys do.
take care. We'll talk soon. Zach Ward, the athletic director for Snohomish High School, longtime coach at Stanwood, is the guy who we just talked about a moment ago. Ken Roberts about to join us here in a minute. Nice little underhand shot, but can't quite get it to fall down. Glacier Peak leading Snohomish here in the boys' game 20-7. The Snohomish girls, however, getting the victory 56-32 earlier. Joining us right now, the head coach, Ken Roberts. Coach, congratulations on yet another victory.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let's just get it out of the way. Right? I know you don't want to talk about it, but congratulations on the 400th victory.
Thanks. That was, last week we got that, and it just means you've coached for a lot of years in the long run. I mean, that's a lot of years of coaching.
I know a lot of coaches who have coached for a long time that don't have 400 wins.
Yeah.
It doesn't always mean that, but again, very well-deserved, and like I call him Coach still, Zach Ward mentioned, only 16 people in the history of Washington State have accomplished that. Tell us a little bit about the game tonight before we go any further. Talk a little bit about the girls and how they played tonight and how they've been playing all season.
When you shoot the ball well, you look pretty good, and we shot the ball pretty well today. We're still young. We played around. Addie Gallatin went down in our jamboree, and I think she's going to be back after Christmas now, it sounds like. We thought we had lost her for the year, but I think we're going to get her back after Christmas. She really is a stabilizer, one of two seniors that can just organize us. She's like a coach on the floor. But when we lost her, we had Issaquah, Everett, Arlington that next week, and we had 3 games and 6 practices trying to figure out the new Panther team because we thought Addie was out for the year. So a lot of kids switched positions, and we've been a little bit dysfunctional just trying to – I'm kind of a mad scientist and a tinker. And early in the year, if they're confused, they're confused. But we've got to learn it well enough to – no matter what they're doing, we've got to be able to have a counter offensively. And and we're not to the point where we have a counter for everything yet. I think we're getting close. I felt like this week in practice we finally started to do things right and figure out the reads based on what the defense is doing. So we're getting close. I also moved Sienna back to the point guard. Been playing her at the 2 or the 5, and just she can play anywhere. But Lizzie Allen's doing a really good job as a freshman. She actually can really pass the ball and attack, and it's a little tough to do that while being a point guard as a freshman. So moving Lizzie to the 2 a little more will give her more opportunities to score for us and make us more efficient. But that just meant this week she's learning a new position. So, it's fine if the play goes like you hope, but when a team stops something, there's always a counter for us. And we're not there yet. We're getting there, but we're not there yet.
And we should mention, by the way, Jace Nelson hit the 3 a couple times down the floor. A couple times ago, I should say, that Reed Nagel just got a bucket a minute ago and was fouled, missed the free throws. Game is now 27-7. By the way, how would you like to have Joe Lee on your team? This kid from Glacier Peak, 49-point game a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I think we have our own Joe Lee and Sienna Capelli coming up. I mean, I really do. I think she's going to be special. She can do so much on a basketball court, and her improvement from last year as a freshman to this year is phenomenal. She had a great year last year. I mean, she had 3 games where she was within 2 assists of a triple-double. She's already had 3 this year, too. With, she had 22 rebounds last year in her 5th game as a high school player from the point guard position. So she's special. Anytime you have kids like that, it makes coaching a lot easier. And honestly, at Snohomish, 400 wins in 24 seasons, included a COVID wins. We've had a lot of Joe Lees in our time. I'll be honest with you. We've had some real good kids.
Yes.
So I just want to make sure people know that it's not. We've been lucky.
Well, and you've lost a few players from last year, but it's a very similar team. And there's a layup down low there. That's number 12, Jalen Donaldson. I know you graduated Andreessen and Kendall and Chriswell, but I mean, a lot of the same players back. So is it just a matter of Sienna getting that extra year older and more experience? She mentioned she works hard and practices a lot. But
she works harder than anybody in practice. She works harder in the off season. And the thing with her too is last year she had never played point guard. So here she comes in, and it's like we needed a point guard, needed to free Jade up to shoot. And Sienna did a good job of it. We had 6 games in the last 2 weeks of the year last year, and our last 3 games were Stanwood, Meadowdale, Everett, all winner to state loser out games, good teams. And honestly, we were gassed that second time against Everett. We'd beat them in double overtime at Everett, and we were gassed, lost about an 8-point lead in the 4th quarter, and they kind of bullied us a little bit out front. And I feel like we've gotten a little stronger. Sienna's a lot stronger. We'll be able to handle pressure a lot better this year, so it should be a good year.
Talk about Tyler down low, what she means to this team.
Yeah, Tyler's a really good player. She plays on a club team where she's outside a lot, or they just run around a lot. And honestly, it's frustrating because every year when we come back, she's got to learn how to go off 2 feet again, which she's really, really good at. And it just takes us a while to get her to that point. She's a phenomenal player, and she has developed other skills that we're trying to utilize. And when we had Addie, we had some of those things in for her. When we lost Addie, Tyler had to now go play that position. And so she's really good, but she's one of the ones that was affected early, too, by that loss of Addie and having to adjust and do some different things. But, no, she's real strong inside, good finisher. She's really shooting her free throws better this year. She had one rough game the first game. Since then, it's been great. So, super athletic, and she's getting better each year too. She's only a junior, and she's actually young. She's a year younger than her grade. So, but no, she has a lot of potential to be a real good player too.
By the way, Drew Davis with a bucket there. He's going to the line. He's going to try to make it an and one. 7 of the 11 Panther points so far. So Davis having a nice game. Speaking of post players, Catherine Green, really your only senior player with Addie being out right now. What does she mean to this team?
Catherine had a rough night tonight, but she's been phenomenal. She had 17 points, 16 points, 12 points the last 3 games. That was a nice move by Jolie, by the way, too. She's been really consistent this year, and this was one game where she didn't really play great. But she's still a factor. She's tough inside. She's a really good shooter from 15 feet, and she's an animal inside. So she's tough to guard for people. Her and Tyler together, and then you can throw Sienna posting up some as a point guard. We're a tough matchup inside for people.
We were talking to the boys coaches earlier about this, and I know it's probably very similar for you and Brian. Jeff Larson and Brian Hunter really not looking forward to this game tonight, quite frankly. They've been best friends since they were like 5 or 6 years old, and now they're coaching against each other. You and Brian have been doing this for a while now. This is not the first time you guys have faced off against each other, and I know you guys even do a lot of team things together in terms of road trips and things like that. What is it like for you to coach against Glacier Peak, and is it a game you enjoy?
Yeah, it's a game. Honestly, it's never been a league game, and I hate to tell you, but part of coaching as many games I've coached is you don't get really excited for the non-league games. You get excited to try to get better, but they're not the emotional rah-rah, win one for the Gipper speech or anything like that. They're just you go play and try to execute and try to get kids to learn and get better. And we've never approached the Glacier Peak like a must-win game or anything like that. It was honestly harder with my brother coaching at Cascade for years. When they were really good, it was fun. I really enjoyed it when they were really good. And he did a great job with those kids back 2000 to 2004. They were going to state. We were going to state. That was a lot of fun. But when it got the other way where they kind of went through some lean years, those aren't fun games for me to coach when somebody's like that on the other side. Brian's had years where they've been really, really good, so I don't feel too sorry for him tonight. But
that's right.
They've had plenty of talent out here over the years too. So, but yeah, friendships are way more important than a basketball game, and I think we both respect each other enough to know we're just gonna coach and have fun and enjoy it. So,
hey, we did want to ask you too, because it's kind of been one of the themes of the night when talking about the Snohomish folks. So many basketball minds in that school right now. As Cuellar puts up a three and misses it. I mean, between your athletic director, your principal, you've got your former assistant coach, who's a friend of ours, Joel Boyer, still in the building, and Jeff now in the building. It's got to make for some fun conversations, I think, around the hallways.
Yeah, it does. But at the same time, I really enjoy the direction our school's going right now as far as academics, as far as expectations. Talk about basketball or not, but some people are all. They think the people in sports are more into sports, and honestly, you're more into kids learning how to work hard, learning fundamentals for life that are going to make them better people. That's what I enjoy about Nate Duchesne being principal. That's what I enjoy about Zach Ward being our AD. They get that you don't get something for nothing, and kids need to learn how to work hard, be consistent in that, be respectful. So I feel like it's that atmosphere where you really can connect to kids and coach kids in a teaching atmosphere too. As far as basketball goes, it's fun to talk basketball. Mark Perry, great AD for years, but he had the line, it's a beautiful gym. Best looking gym is when it's covered with wrestling mats. So, that was not fun for me, that part of that. But I also told him many times wrestlers are just basketball players who got cut in junior high. So we were okay with that. Yeah.
And now we found out a few minutes ago that Mark's back there again as an assistant wrestling coach. So you're still getting those lines, right?
Oh, he absolutely loves it too. Yeah, working with kids, he missed that as an AD, and
I bet.
He's always been a great coach and great for young people. So it's neat to see him doing that again.
You still enjoying this?
Yeah, I am. I am. There's, you get down. This is your 24 at Snohomish, but I had 9 years as a boys coach too, and so you enjoy it. I told Zach one day, I said, Zach, honestly, I don't get up for a lot of these non-league games anymore. I really get excited about districts and state. But as far as execution, as far as practice, as far as getting better, we're working on that every day. That's exciting. We have a real young group right now, our freshman group. Our whole JV, except for one kid's freshman. We got 5 kids on our varsity roster that are freshmen. We also got 3 good juniors, a couple seniors, and then you saw Sienna and Kendall both have great nights tonight as sophomores. So you get excited when you get to work with kids for multiple years as far as watching them develop, helping them grow into better people. That's fun. I can't imagine being a college coach right now with the one and done, transfer portal, get money somewhere else. I can't imagine that. But what we get to do as high school coaches is still fun.
Definitely. By the way, Joe Lee with another 3. I think unofficially 17 right now. Only 5 in the quarter. He's having a slow quarter for his standards. There's a 3 ball up in the corner off the front iron. 37-18 is our score right now. As Cuellar Bell going coast to coast with a layup. 21-point lead for GP. And Cuellar Bell now with 8 points tonight. What does the holiday season look like for the Roberts family?
Well, my daughter Annika has been in Italy, and she's studying a master's program over there, and she's back for the month. And our other daughter Kat is in Nashville at Belmont, and she is back. She came back last week, and she's back till the 8th of January. So spent a lot of time with family. We're going over to my wife's parents' house tomorrow, and we're going to spend 3 days over there. And then you know what? With a game on the 22nd, we don't have a lot of time because we play in a tournament the 28th, 29th, 30th up at Linden Christian. So hopefully the girls are going to go to Canada. And that was a tough shot.
That's Joe just being Joe right there.
Yeah.
That's 20 points. Well, and Linden Christian, you always get nice tests up there, so that should be an interesting tournament.
Yeah, we'll play Olympia day one, and then we play Linden Christian if we win. I mean, who knows? I haven't looked at Olympia yet. I'm going to. And then we'll have it's a good tournament every year up there. They have some good people in it. And Brady Bomber does a great job at Linden Christian. My first my job, or when I was at Western, I actually was an assistant for Kurt DeHaan at Linden Christian for a few years there, for 3 years, and we won 3 state championships. So I got a good welcome to girls basketball. But from there, I was a boys coach for a while. But the Linden Christian pipeline, they came and played us Maya Duchesne's year when she was there as a junior. They had 7 daughters of moms that were on the team when I was a student up at Western. And it was funny because all of them were excited to see me and all this, and the girls were like, hey, the kids used to like you. I go, yeah, I was the young cool coach back then. Now I'm the grump all the time. So, yeah, I got to be the young cool coach back then. So, no, I love going up to Linden Christian. We love playing them. They're so fundamentally sound and just great kids, great coaches. It's a lot of fun.
Well, very nice. Well, hey, happy holidays to you and your family. Enjoy that time off for a few days there, and best wishes up in Linden Christian. And I guess I should ask you, maybe just give me a couple quick sentences. Wesco 3A looks awfully tough this year, especially those top 4 or 5 teams. It's going to be an interesting season this year.
Yeah, it is. We lost to Everett by 1, lost to Arlington by 1 early. Again, Addie was just out. I think we have some bigs that are tough for them to guard. They have some guards that are tough for us to guard, so that's a matchup thing. Meadowdale was up 20 on Archbishop the other day and lost by 1. But Meadowdale,
Everett was up on Meadowdale by 20 and they lost.
Yeah, I mean, Meadowdale's explosive. Archbishop's really good. I know they're 2A, but that's another team. And then Linwood's good, and Shorecrest is a lot better than they've been too. There's some really good 3A teams this year. I've told people I believe we have 5 of the top 12, and that's being conservative, I think. I honestly think we have 5 of the top 10. If you looked at our league and played us against other leagues, you'd find we do really, really well. So, but 4 of us go. So hopefully we're playing well, and injuries are going to play a big part of it at the end of the year. They could. Hopefully nobody has that, and we all get to compete at full strength, and send 4 really good teams out of the state tournament. That'd be fun for Wesco.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting couple of months leading up to that. Ken Roberts, always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Happy holidays to you and your family.
Yeah, thank you guys for doing this. Appreciate it.
We really appreciate your support.
Oh yeah, we love it. Anything to make girls basketball, boys basketball, community basketball better is a great thing. So
well, it's about the kids, really.
Yeah.
Nobody's getting rich doing this, and we just love seeing the looks on the kids' faces when we show up to the gym, and after the game, it doesn't matter who wins. Get them up here and get a little something to say, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. Although, you know what? Serpentine, I get to drive a $80,000 truck around town that's from Bickford. It's not mine. I've kind of seen you in a truck like that. Nobody's getting rushed. This truck sure is a nice truck.
That's not his STSPN money. I can tell you that right now.
Well, anyway, you get hooked up at Bickford, right?
Okay, good. I like it. All right. Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate
you.
Take care.
And I think we're going to take a quick break, and we've got more interviews ready to go, so we'll be right back right after this. Appreciate you doing it.
1934, Bickford Ford opened their doors in Snohomish, Washington, and they've been an active part of the community ever since. So when you're looking for a new Ford truck, SUV, or hybrid, or if you want to take advantage of your current car's value, start at the place you can trust, the one that's been around for 89 years and is Western Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Family-owned Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or online at bickford.net.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Come with us. The new generation. The next level. Sending it big.
You're in for a good run. Let's go.
Come with us to the track, to the trails, to the slopes, to the surf, to the fight, to the race.
Look at this.
To the 4 a.m. starts, training harder, pushing further, hitting back, hard. To the fans, to the followers, and the haters. Come with us to the blood, to the sweat, and the broken bones. You rehab. We never quit. We never give up. We take control. To the world titles. To the world's first. The world's best. Come with us. We're just getting started.
It's going to be so much fun. I promise you.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
And welcome back to Glacier Peak High School. Boys basketball game going on right now. All Glacier Peak here in the first half. 42-18 is our score. You asked for him. You wanted him. You got him. Riaz Kanji, who refereed the girls' game earlier tonight, a game that Snohomish won by a score of 56-34. Your public was calling for you, Riaz.
Wow.
I have a feeling it was Jeff.
Yes, it was.
One of the head official of the area who was, I think, calling for you to get on here. So, first of all, how was the game for you tonight?
It was a lot of fun, but first of all, I want to thank you for having me on. We don't necessarily get interviewed, so
no.
And I'll throw a few no comments out if I get a chance. But
you did come. You know, Todd pointed you out right away when I got here tonight because apparently you came bearing gifts, and he was pretty excited about that. Oh, there we go.
Yes, I did bring Todd a gift for all that Todd's done and putting high school basketball on and actually giving us an opportunity to watch video.
Yeah.
We never got that before, so.
It's funny because we talk about it and what this guy and his organization do to kind of bring basketball to the masses, if you will, and the kids are able to have grandma and grandpa and parents or whomever watch from all over the world, and not only can the players, the coaches, but you guys are out there too, so I mean, you got your own families that are checking it out from time to time, right?
Yeah, and they're like, are they talking about you again? So it's a lot of fun. I mean, I just enjoy high school basketball. This was I think the start of my 36th year.
Wow.
And
you're still loving it.
Still loving it. Love every moment of it. And you guys make it much more fun. And love the camaraderie and the back and forth that we have.
And I think a lot of people don't realize that, too. So many of the officials, and we get to see you guys out and about, and you and I talk quite a bit at baseball games. You go to a lot of Aqua Sox games with your boys, and we've had a chance to kind of get to know each other even more through that. But really, our initial connection is through the sport of basketball. And the fact that it is just a great way to get involved with a sport if you're not a coach, if you're not a player, and you found that out over the years. And I'm always trying to tell people, and so I'm using this right now as a PSA to try to get people involved. We could always use more officials. It's a great job, isn't it?
Absolutely. You're part of the game. You get to have fun. You get a few dollars for vacation. We just have a lot of fun. The camaraderie is great. I mean, it's the only time as adults we can act like adolescents in the locker room. And we have a lot of fun like we did tonight with my crew. There were some really good officials here tonight. That's the other thing. It's just amazing, the camaraderie. I have lifelong friends because of basketball.
Well, we gave our Player of the Game award to Sienna Capelli earlier. So
Yes.
we interviewed Mom after the game. You know Mom probably pretty well.
Oh, absolutely.
So we asked her how the officiating went the first game. She gave you guys a thumbs up. So
Yeah. Well, Sienna, I had a nice exchange with her. I said to her, hey, I saw that foul. Now, I know your mom, so I'll tell her things.
nice way to get back at her there. Well,
Yeah.
how are the three guys doing tonight?
Oh, they're doing fantastic. I think all of them. I mean, the guy that's the smoothest of all, and no slight against the other two, is Aaron Keller, the one on our left over here.
Well,
he's just fantastic. He's Mr. Smooth.
Is Jeff going to be okay with him not getting the extra shout out there? Or?
Yeah, Jeff, we give a lot of, what should I say, flack. And Jeff he takes it well and he gives it out, so we have a lot of fun. Our exchanges, even electronically, are very, very spirited, I should say.
Yeah. So, by the way, Joe Lee with 20 points tonight. You've become kind of a fan of the game, too, I would imagine. Do you get a chance to kind of take in what some of these guys are able to accomplish when you're out there refereeing these games from time to time?
Yes, I do watch. I was watching a number of games.
That was almost an alley-oop to Joe Lee.
Yeah.
There is.
I watch a number of games, and, and I work mostly girls' games, so I follow a lot of the girls' games, too.
And there's a bucket that just rims right off there from Roth. GP trying to expand on their 24-point lead tonight. What's been the most impressive thing you've seen so far this season? Maybe a team, maybe a player?
And
maybe that, Joe Lee. I think we unofficially with 23 right now, by the way.
Joe Lee really impressed me in the first half. I've seen just some great team play. The thing I've noticed a lot is the three-point shooting, where they're shooting from actually 24, 25 feet with ease. That's what I'm really amazed with. There's some phenomenal players, period.
Drew Davis, by the way, trying to go down low, couldn't get it to fall. Ball's going to turn back over to Glacier Peak. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is kind of fun to, and I think that's the Steph Curry effect, too, in some ways there. Everybody wanting to emulate him and shooting from as far back as they can, and now some of these guys actually have a green light to do it.
Yes, it's amazing. The players that have impressed me on the girls' side are the twins, Alana, the Washington
twins, yes, from Everett, who their uncle is Nate Duchesne, who's the principal at Snohomish.
Oh, wow.
It's his sister's kid, so.
Yeah, I mean, the way they were shooting in the last game I watched against GP, I was watching it this afternoon just to get a scouting on GP as well, and I was amazed at how far she was shooting it from with ease.
Drew Davis down low. Joe Lee rips the ball away. Sorry, it's Glacier Peak coming the other way. Isaiah Cuellar-Bell off the side of the backboard. He gets the rebound, though. Misses a shot. He might get a third attempt. Comes away with a board. Joe Lee thought about a long shot. Nice pass over the head. Into the corner. Cuellar-Bell still can't score. I'm sorry about that, Todd. You were about to say something.
No, I was just going to say the Washington sisters, I think they could probably make a quilt out of how many player of the game shirts they got.
Yes. I love that banter about them, about the player of the game.
Oh, and
That's great.
Dad has a shirt now, too, after last game, right? No, almost a bucket there. That was number 1, Adam Loam driving to the hoop. Dad got a shirt, I think, not too long ago. Yeah, Proud Parent shirt.
That was cool. That was cool to watch.
So what games do you have coming up? You mentioned that we're going to try to get Brian Hill here to talk about the Top of the Peak tournament, which is coming up. You're going to be officiating some of that, right?
Yes. So I'll be here on the 27th for sure, but I'm working all 3 nights, the 27th, the 28th, and the 29th.
And that's an actual tournament that they do every year. So there's 8 teams coming in, and I wish I had written them down. I was going to try to get Brian to talk about it. That still might happen if he's around here, but always gets great talent here. It's always a fun tournament. Teams are from all different districts and different conferences and teams. You might not even know who you're going to see yet, just because you don't know who's going to win that first night to advance, I should say, into the tournament. So could be interesting who you get that night.
It is always fun. I enjoy it. It is one of the best high school tournaments, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And as officials, we're competitive too. We want to do well.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want the big games?
No. Every game is a big game.
There you go. Nice.
Because it is a big game for the kids that play in it.
Yeah.
And so for me, every game's a championship. Every game's a big game.
Nice steal there by Nagel as they come down the other end here. Glacier Peak up by 27 right now. Lee, only a junior, slowing things down. He's going to take the left-handed layup. Makes it again. He is something else.
Wow. He's a junior?
He's a junior. We've got him unofficially at 25 right now tonight. There's a long shot.
Whoa.
Capelli showing that he can shoot.
Wow.
Picking up where his sister left off there earlier tonight. I think that's his first bucket of the game. 47-21.
A nice one, though.
49 points for Lee in a game against Bothell this year. What's the most points you've ever seen scored in a game you've officiated? Can you recall one?
I think 50-something.
Did you?
Yeah, in one game, yes.
Around here, or was that somewhere else?
Probably somewhere else.
Okay.
The one thrill I had this year was there was a player at North Creek who was going for a record for 3-point shots.
Okay. Andrew Gibson, by the way, with the 3.
And I waved the one off for a travel call. And I was reminded of that by the coach.
They don't let you forget, right?
No. She couldn't break the record because I waved the one off.
You got to call him like you see him, right?
Yeah.
You can't be.
And what was worse?
Partial.
What was worse was one of my officials' buddies actually texted me and said, "You didn't give her the record."
By the way, are we getting any more comments? We've had Riaz on here. Some of the officials, like Jeff Madsen and such, watching.
Everybody's quiet tonight.
Jeff's being quiet. Does Jeff know you're on right now, by the way?
Yes, he does.
Okay, he was the one that was trying to get us to put you on earlier. I know Jeff from time to time on these STSPN broadcasts does like to get on there and chime in. It's always positive stuff. I know he enjoys the broadcast and enjoys what Todd brings to the table here and everything.
How's the crowds this year? I mean, there's every once in a while there's a little hubbub that comes up that there's a little bit of action down there between the refs and the.
Yeah. The high school, I will say GP, the crowd control is tremendous. The administration is incredibly supportive and really is helpful. I think that a lot of it has been fun. There's a lot of presence now than there used to be.
Mm-hmm. Ball gets batted out of bounds, so Glacier Peak still with a 23-point lead. Favorite place, favorite gym to officiate a game in, or are you allowed to say that?
I love working at GP.
Mm-hmm.
The floor, the lighting, the sidelines.
Things that we don't think about. It's just kind of casual things.
Oh, I think about it.
Yeah.
When it comes to lighting.
With the lighting, you and the camera guys, you're always about lighting. Yeah.
I like this. I like Jackson. Jackson's a great place to work, too.
Well, except for the fact that the stands are so old that our cameras shake from people going up and down.
True story.
But there's really isn't a bad gym. One of the greatest places I ever worked at or wanted to work at was in Pennsylvania, Pottsville.
By the way, Adam Loam, sorry about that. Loam with a nice bucket. Joe Lee with a beautiful assist there.
So
yeah, go ahead and keep.
So Mart's Hall in Pottsville is like the mecca of basketball in Pennsylvania. It's like Hoosiers. When they went to the championship game and they went downstairs, the roof was at the top and they would have to go downstairs to play.
A pit, huh?
It's a pit, but there's not a bad seat. There's like seating for like a couple of thousand people in there.
So, Todd, let me ask you, what's the best lighting you have for all the games you broadcasted?
Well,
is this number one right here?
It is. A little bit over to the right is a little bit, can play with the camera a little bit. I think Everett is a really good lighting, and Jackson's really good lighting.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, ADs, if you're listening.
I also love working at Everett, too. It's a great place.
Fun atmosphere,
the lighting,
good people, yeah.
Well, we like it because there isn't any stairs there except for a couple out the back.
Yes.
We go right to where we're broadcasting from the back door.
I like that. And I want to just shout out to Daryl as well, the coach, the girls coach, who is very supportive of officials as well.
Mm-hmm. Daryl's been at it for a while, so he kind of gets it, doesn't he?
Yes, in 2002, 2003.
Joe Lee, by the way.
Yeah. when I started officiating in the state of Washington, he was the JV coach at Linwood.
Mm-hmm.
So we go that far back.
It's been a while.
Yes.
And a lot of those relationships are around. Here comes a steal right now. Nagel trying to take it all the way, lays it up and in. Biggest lead of the night for GP at 27, 53-26. And then, we got our official up here. We don't even need to do the, like when you're watching NFL broadcast and they always have like Dean.
Yeah.
You know, we've got Riaz up here. What just happened there?
Well, there was a violation by the free thrower who stepped over the line.
Can't do that.
Can't do that.
You don't see that very often, or do you see?
You see it. You see it often because the players are in a hurry
Mm-hmm.
and they watch the NBA, but they have to have at least 1 foot over and 1 foot in the air.
How by the book do some officials take that one, and how literally do they take it, and do some of them just kind of let it slide?
Well, I remember talking to a Catholic priest one time about a question, and I'll answer it the same way. It depends.
Fair enough.
Now, do you guys have like emphasis nights where you're trying to pick up the a little bit, you know, like where they're not calling maybe they're not calling 3 in the key, or they're not calling a few things that you notice past games, and you say, hey, listen, watch these things?
No, I think it's important to referee the game that you have that night and how it's being played.
Right.
We look at that a lot, and then we look at the trends in the game. Like, if you noticed in our game in that third quarter, we had some physicality in the girls' game.
Mm-hmm.
So we address that as a crew. We talk about it together. It's a collaborative effort.
Zach Albright with a bucket. They're only a freshman. He's got at least 5 points here tonight so far. Nicely done by him. 29-point lead right now. Do you find that you referee a third quarter game, 29-point game, do you referee that the same way you referee a 1 point game? Is it hard not to sometimes?
I mean, we're only human.
Yeah.
And you notice when the energy level goes down with the players.
Mm-hmm.
You feel it when they get amped up. And when you feel that, you have to make sure you stay calm. You think fast, act slow.
I like it.
And those are a lot of the keys. And when you're standing still, that's when your level of certainty goes up.
Definitely. Oh, that almost a basket there, and stepped out of bounds again. As Jalen Donaldson was trying to save that one, couldn't quite do it, and Glacier Peak already up by 29. 4-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock here. We'll see if they want to slow it down here at the very end of the quarter. Kick out? I guess not. 3 ball up. Left it a little bit short. That was Sam Waldo, who recently was a player of the game on one of your broadcasts.
He was. He did a really great night.
And there's a steal from Lee. He's got numbers. Passes over to Nagel. Back to Lee with a dunk. What can't he do? Joe Lee having himself a night. 29 unofficially here in 3 quarters. Throws that one down, and that's the end of the quarter. Riaz Kanji, happy holidays to you, sir. Tell your boys I said hello.
Absolutely.
Always a pleasure. And did want to ask you one more question.
Yes.
Did you intentionally get Todd Elvick something with a red truck on it? You know he drives a red truck.
Yes, I know. I've
you
seen
knew
it
that.
many a time.
Okay. Wasn't sure if you knew that or not.
No, I knew that. So thank you. But again, thank you for all that you do for us, Todd. Thank you.
Thank you.
Steve as well. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
All
When we
right.
come back, we'll have some. Brandon Hamilton sent me some stats at halftime. We'll finally get to them. 57-26 is our score. We'll have another guest coming up here, too, so don't go too far. We'll be right back.
Hey there, laddie. Do you have a fallen tree or a forgotten log? Do you have some old wood planks that'll have a story you'd like to tell? Great. They'll mill it, prepare it, and finish the wood for your unique project. Let them take your storied old wood and turn it into a world-class piece of art. Grit, handcrafted, is something that will be treasured for a lifetime.
And we head to the final quarter of play. They're having some fun over there right now. You can see the Snohomish fan base. Team is down by 31, but they're still having a good time, and why not? It is their holiday break. Both student bodies have been very respectful of one another tonight. Having a great time, and we are too. 8 more minutes of basketball here this evening. 31-point game right now as Joe Lee throwing down a dunk a minute ago. Unofficially, we have him at 29 points. Nice basket down underneath there, and the bucket is good. That's Luke Davis. sophomore, younger brother of Drew, getting his first bucket of the night. Makes it a 57-28 game. Cuellar kicks it out. Down low, finally going up over the top, and not being able to complete the basket is the freshman, Albright. I'll tell you what, if Albright's a freshman, he's going to be fun to watch for the next few years. He does not play like a ninth grader. As a foul is called right there. Good to have Riaz on up here.
He just is such a great
class
asset.
act.
Yeah.
Good official, good person, good family man. And we didn't, Jeff Madsen, not one comment, huh? He was quiet the whole time? Really? He got a little shy on us when we started talking about him. I know Jeff was listening because he requested it, he wanted it, we gave it to him. All about the people here, Todd Elvick.
Absolutely. And you know, the nice thing about when you get these really experienced refs is that I think that people really kind of respect their calls, right?
Sure.
You get the younger ones, and people are a little bit more tense to say, "Oh, wait a minute, that was my kid. He didn't do that," you know.
And we've got some good young ones out there too. And a reminder
absolutely.
to everybody. I mean, it is a tough job, and there's a shortage as Lee misses that shot. Ball goes up. Davis able to come away with a rebound to his brother, and his brother tries to save it. Right back into the hands of GP, however. Albright misses the shot. And pushing ahead, Snohomish looking for a basket on the other end. They get it. Ryan McDonald with a bucket. Well, quick baskets here for Snohomish to begin the fourth quarter of play, 57-30.
You can't get experienced unless you start.
Exactly. Oh, by the way, Brandon Hamilton gave me some. I feel bad. Brandon keeps sending me these stats, and we keep getting into these conversations. Third quarter stats. Snohomish was 1 for 4 from 2-point field goals, 2 for 4 from 3-point range. It's only 8 shots for the whole quarter. Easy. Oh, not so easy. McDonald not able to finish that one off. Lee on the other end tries to do the head fake, and they're going to call Drew Davis with a hand check. See here, Glacier Peak in the third quarter, 6 for 15 from 2-point land, 1 for 8 from 3. Glacier Peak was 5 for 10 from the 3-point shooting in the first half of the game, thus the 24-point lead at the half. And thank you, Brandon, for those stats. We appreciate it.
Now we know why.
Hall of Famer Brandon Hamilton, by the way.
Absolutely. He's
3 ball up, and there's another 3. Sam Waldo knocking down a 3 here, 60-30.
Now we know why KRKO has got such a good show.
Absolutely. Brandon does, and he's our stat guy for Prep Sports Weekly, too. He keeps track of all our guests and puts together a nice compilation at the end of the year of how many guests we've had on and how many schools have been represented and numbers from each school. And he's a stats guy, and he's very good at it. Isaiah Cuellar Bell, coast to coast. 62-30 is our score. Seen a lot of people in the gym here tonight. Fun to look around. Tom Lafferty.
Tom Lafferty's over there in the corner. You can see him right there.
Tom almost got
your screen.
Tom almost got to bat down a basketball a little while ago as Drew Davis takes that one to the bucket.
You know, his thing is save the equipment.
He has no equipment tonight, though. Guess who? Joe Lee. Unofficially 32 right now. Got to save the equipment, but you got to save yourself too, right? When those players come flying at you and you're sitting down in a
Well, I always tell everybody that's working with me is, listen, you can mend, but the equipment costs money.
Nice thing about you up here, though, is that your equipment's up here in the top row.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry too much tonight about it anyway. Be a heck of a swat if you did.
Yeah, actually, for myself, I like the angle that is right on the floor at Jackson. That's just me. Most people are like, no, I'd like to be up a little higher to watch it, but I like it.
By the way, Aaron Thomas, another freshman, just checked into the game for Glacier Peak. 3 ball there for Snohomish. That was Andrew Gibson. Makes it a 65-35 game. Riaz now over there. See, those officials stick together, too. Mark Myers, the photographer who shoots a lot of games around here. There's another 3 for Joe Lee. Mark, a former official in his own right, as was his dad. Now Mark's more into the photography end of things and always coming out and photographing players and students and does a great job for the community. Jason Roth knocks down another bucket. He's in double figures tonight.
Yeah, Mark does a really phenomenal job, and his photos are just off the hook. You know,
Yeah, another great guy too, by the way. Just
absolutely, it's the difference between the cell phone and the big league photographer, right?
yeah, the large lens that he has does better than my iPhone 8. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that is what I'm saying.
Joe Lee with a ball that hits off the back of the iron there, pops out. Just a matter now of getting these guys some playing time and trying to keep everybody healthy for the holidays and so they get ready for their next game here. There's a 3-ball from Roth. Hits it. Roth with 5 points here in the quarter. Makes it a 68-40 game. And I thought we might get Roy Rosenbach up here at some point tonight, too. We haven't seen him up here yet, but he's been running all over the place. Good to see him back at GP, isn't it?
And he's really happy in his role.
Yeah, I think so, too. Although I'm guessing that during football season he kind of misses things a little bit. Jolie hits another one. Well, I've got Lee unofficially at 36 right now. I might have missed one in there somewhere, but we're going to take a quick break. Let's take a quick break and come back. Don't forget, we might have another interview coming up here. We certainly have another interview after the game, our post-game player of the game and our parent of the game, so you do not want to go anywhere. We'll be right back.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
And we're back. Final 3 minutes and 3 seconds. We wanted to wave down Rory, but I don't see him. We may not get him on here tonight. He might have avoided us the entire game. We were just talking about Mark Myers, and I feel like if I go to enough sporting events, some of these people, there's more than one of them because I see them all over the place. Nice 3-ball there, up and good, as Andrew Gibson with another one. Gibson, a senior on this team. In Snohomish, 0-5 in league play this year, but they've played 5 of the better teams in the league so far. They're 5 teams they've lost to have a combined 18-6 record in the league right now. Foul called on Glacier Peak. It's going to be Snohomish basketball.
Well, I think that there was a good comment made earlier that they keep improving. So you see some of these scores where they've, 68, 65 or whatever.
Yeah.
That's a lot of points.
Well, and they had Marysville Getchell the other day. They were up by 9 in the fourth quarter and unfortunately just couldn't hold on to it. Another 3-ball. Does it look like Andrew Gibson's kind of feeling it in the fourth quarter? Maybe have a held ball, possession arrow, pointing in the direction of Glacier Peak. Do you have any games you want to promote? When's your next broadcast?
Well, actually, we haven't set the schedule for next week because of the top of the peak tournament. I have to take a look at who's playing, and sometimes it's the best games to do are the ones that are the furthest out of town.
You'll be right back in this gym then.
Yeah, I think Arlington is one of them that we're going to do for
Arlington
sure.
is here. They're going to be here for the tournament. It was funny. Brian was telling a fun story the other night on Prep Sports Weekly when we had him on. Like I said, I was going to ask him about it if he came up, so I didn't write it down. I wish I would have now. But one of the teams in the tournament is from Idaho. They've got a new coach this year. And the coach of the Idaho team formerly was a coach of a Spokane school who's played in the top of the peak tournament before. So he gets to his new job in Idaho, and the athletic director tells him, I don't know if this is something you want to do or not, but we originally lined you guys up to go over to this place called Glacier Peak High School for this winter tournament. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. We said it before you. Do you want us to get you out of it? And he goes, no. He goes, I know Brian. I know the tournament. I'd love to go over there and take our kids over there. So he gets to take a new group, and he had nothing to do with setting it up. It just was kind of coincidental that it worked out that way. And it's definitely a tournament that has drawn the interest of quite a few coaches from around the state. A lot of the top coaches love coming to that tournament. And a lot of that has to do with you guys, quite frankly, Todd.
Well, you know, the first year
you guys broadcast it, and
I
people in
think we did
Spokane
every
can watch
single
the
game
games. Yeah,
the first year that
you did.
Top of the Peak was there.
I think you guys have really helped kind of put that on the map, and of course Brian and the administration here have done a really good job with it as well, and they've always brought in top talent.
That's the key.
100%, yeah. So we encourage people to get out for that. 1 minute to go in the game here. 70-43. Glacier Peak with the basketball. That's number 21, Chase Nelson, drives in. They're going to say held ball, another possession arrow, this time going in the direction of Snohomish. Well, Todd, thanks for having me on here tonight.
No, actually,
Filling
thank
in.
you for filling in because
I didn't
poor
call,
Amp,
I didn't call as much basketball as you wanted me to, but we had fun anyway, right?
I know it's really, really offering some good information to the.
I have to be a little honest with you. I think I kind of had a feeling I knew who was going to win both games, and just the discrepancies in talent tonight. So I kind of figured, why not get some guests lined up early so we can have some fun, and hopefully we had a good time that everybody out there enjoyed for the most part.
Absolutely.
But yeah, certainly get on out to these games. Watch it this year. We're going to have some exciting Westco basketball coming up. The boys 3A should be really interesting. There's a handful of teams that are capable of getting to a district championship game this year. Glacier Peak boys, by the way, they're going to run their record at 8-0 after tonight. Undefeated overall. Haven't even started league play yet as we get a traveling violation called.
Well, there's some good teams up here, so I think it's going to be interesting once the league play starts.
I think so too. Tell you what, it'll be interesting though, because I kind of thought Lake Stevens had a good team this year, and they still might, and they've done some nice things. However, Snohomish bit them pretty good last week, so guessing if you're Lake Stevens, you're kind of shaking your head right now going, we lost to these guys, and now they're losing to Glacier Peak by 27. Doing a little math in their head. There's a nice tip in, and the basket is good. And Luke Posey, who read the speech at halftime, gets on the board. 72-43. Shot goes up. No whistle. 3 seconds to go. And Jason Roth is just going to dribble this one out, and that'll do it. Players shaking hands. Oh, and we might have an injury there, too, as it looks like Luke Davis came up a little bit lame there as he's trying to put weight on his left foot. We'll certainly hope he's okay now, but that'll do it. End of the game. 72-43. Are we going to take a break before we do the interviews?
We are.
We'll take a commercial break, and we'll have our player of the game right after this. In 1934, Bickford Ford opened their doors in Snohomish, Washington, and they've been an active part of the community ever since. So when you're looking for a new Ford truck, SUV, or hybrid, or if you want to take advantage of your current car's value, start at the place you can trust, the one that's been around for 89 years and is Western Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Family-owned Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or online at bickford.net.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Hey there, laddie. Do you have a fallen tree or a forgotten log? Do you have some old wood planks that'll have a story I'd like to tell? Great. They'll mill it, prepare it, and finish the wood for your unique project. Let them take your storied old wood and turn it into a world-class piece of art. Great, handcrafted is something that will be treasured for a lifetime.
You get to that. Player of the game?
All right.
You got any family here with you tonight?
I do.
You want to come down? Stand next to you. We got a period of the game shirt for them too.
Sounds good, yeah.
Where are they at right now?
They're right here.
Okay.
Oh, we going?
We are player of the game, and we're gonna give you guys a shirt afterwards too to share. So, your grandparents. So
He doesn't share.
He doesn't share. Uh-oh. All right, it is time to introduce our player of the game, Isaiah Cuellar-Bell. Congratulations, nice victory tonight. What did this game mean to you?
It meant a lot, you know. I love playing with this team. I love playing under this coaching staff, and it's better than anything I could ever ask for. So yeah.
Now I know you're kind of new to the school, relatively speaking, still. But what is it like to, and how ingrained are you now in the whole Glacier Peak Snohomish rivalry? I keep getting reminded it's not a conference game, but you guys certainly don't want to lose this one, right?
Even though I'm new, it means a lot, you know. I mean, honestly, every game means a lot to me. So I play every game with the same intensity, and we just get after it.
How have your teammates been this year? How have they welcomed you with open arms and welcomed you to the program? How's that been, the transition?
My teammates are amazing, man. They treat me like family. We're all brothers, and I couldn't ask for any better team. Like, actually, I love my guys.
Talk about you and Joe working out there on the perimeter together and what it's like playing in that backcourt.
Me and Joe, I just feel like it's really good playing with Joe. Like, we complement each other real well, and if Joe's hot, we're gonna get the ball to Joe. So, you know, like, it's just fun being able to play with him and just get buckets with him.
Okay, now I've got a shirt for you here. You're our athlete of the game. I'm going to hold this up so we can get a good look at it there. So, that's for them. Okay, this is for you. Tell me who these two people are next to you here.
These are my grandparents. This is Mima. That's Peepaw. That's what I call them.
So tell me what they've meant to you and what they how it means to have them here.
It means a lot. I mean, they've blessed me all the way since I was young. You know, he's coached me my whole life. She's been there everywhere. You know, we go to California for a tournament. She's there. They're there. I mean, they mean a lot. I love them.
Tell us about this young man. Seems like a great kid, too, not only a good basketball player.
He's amazing. I mean, inside and out, heart of gold. He will do anything to help us. He's just, and he loves everybody, helps everybody. He's amazing.
How much do you enjoy watching him play?
Oh, beyond belief. I just love watching him. I mean, he's a great kid, but playing, yeah, I scream, lose my voice. But, yeah.
How about your grandfather over here? Are you the quieter one of the group, or do you scream as well?
We have our talks, and I try to talk to him. You know, send him messages before the game of things he can do, and yeah, he does it. So yeah, we're proud of him.
What does it mean for you to see him out here enjoying his dreams and achieving so many great things?
I'm proud of him. I mean, just being out here and the environment, and you know, these times go by fast, and you know, enjoy every moment. You know, and all the bus rides and hanging out with the kids and having fun. That's all what it's all about.
I told you a minute ago before we had the interview that I only had one parent of the game shirt. Are you going to get a chance to see that one again? You said you're probably not going to get it, are you?
Probably going to go up in the basement.
Is that going to go on the wall?
Yeah, we'll get a frame for it.
Very nice. Well, hey, goals for the season. Have you kind of thought about that a little bit? You and your teammates right now, 8-0 record, undefeated. West Coast right around the corner. What do you hope to accomplish over the next couple months?
Well, I like to go one game at a time, but of course, I'm trying to go to state. It's my dream. Last year, trying to go to the Tacoma Dome. That's the plan.
Nicely done. And I guess I should ask you guys, too, holiday plans for the family?
Oh, you know, we just kind of roll with it. Yeah, we're having dinner tomorrow. And,
yep, good food.
Yeah, always. Good food, good family, yeah.
Your eyes really lit up when you said good food. What are you looking forward to most out of the holiday dinner?
Well, her stuffing is really good.
Okay.
Casserole, breakfast casserole is good, all that good stuff. She's great.
Rib now. I bought it today.
Prime rib? Sound good.
Put a little meat on his bones before the end of the season.
Yeah, I keep trying. Chocolate chip cookies and
I might be going over to their house later on. This sounds pretty good. Well, again, hey, congratulations. Great game, great season thus far. Great to see you having fun out here and succeeding. Isaiah, congratulations. Enjoy the holiday season.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
And Grandma and Grandpa, congratulations and happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays to you, too. Thanks.
Thank you. Happy holidays, sir.
Thank you.
There we go. Isaiah Cuellar-Bell having a good time down here. Enjoying his shirt. We'll get some photos here in just a moment. Todd, I think we'll close it out. Does that sound good? So, again, great night here tonight. Snohomish girls win. Glacier Peak boys win. People getting T-shirts. People having fun. It's the holiday season. Happy holidays to each and every one of you up there. For Todd Elvick, for Sarah Elvick. We got our new camera operator. I didn't even get his name. It happened in the middle of the broadcast. Appreciate him. And to all the folks back in the big red truck, happy holidays, happy new year in 2024. We'll have more basketball coming up here later on this season on STSPN.com. Good night.